It's almost been a month since I started this whole fix my twig arms thing. Which, if you're new here, started because my arms looked like I was smuggling breadsticks under my shirt. And I walked in on day one assuming I needed a plan. A real one. Something with actual expertise behind it before I was allowed to start. Turns out that assumption was wrong, and so were 9 others. So let's get into it. Have you ever waited to start something until you felt ready enough? Yeah, me too. For years, actually. My entire strategy walking into this was asking ChatGPT what to do and watching a few YouTube videos to see how it's supposed to look. A month in, I still don't fully know if my form is right. I'm figuring it out in real time, one session at a time. What I wish I knew going in, waiting until I knew enough would have meant never starting at all. Nobody actually feels ready. The people who look ready just started before they felt that way, and let everyone assume the confidence came first. Asking for help is less scary than you think, but you'll still avoid it. There are literally certified instructors at my gym who could answer every question I've ever had. I have not asked a single one of them. Not once. In an entire month. I don't have a good excuse for this. I'm not going to pretend there's some deep psychological reason. What I wish I knew is that this isn't a some people problem. It's basically everyone's problem. Turns out, pride doesn't need a mirror to check itself in. Apparently, it'll settle for avoiding a free conversation with a guy whose entire job is helping you. Do you ever wonder why some workouts completely wreck you and other ones do nothing at all? Some days I'd expect to be wrecked the next morning and feel absolutely nothing. Other days, a session I thought was light work left me barely able to lift the fork without wincing. I used to think no soreness meant I hadn't worked hard enough. Like pain was the receipt proving the workout actually happened. What I wish I knew is that soreness has almost nothing to do with whether a workout worked. Pain was never proof. It just felt like proof, because pain is loud and progress is quiet. A month in, I found out my left arm is noticeably weaker than my right. For about a day, that made me feel like there was some rare, undiagnosed breadstick asymmetry disorder happening specifically to me. Turns out it's extremely common. It just means one side needs a little more attention, not that something's wrong with me. I wish I knew that earlier. Would have saved me a solid 20 minutes of quietly panicking in front of a gym mirror. Turns out normal was never symmetrical to begin with. Nobody just shows you the uneven parts until you find them yourself. In my first 2 weeks, I heard both train to failure and leave reps in reserve thrown around constantly, like they meant the same thing. So I just picked whichever one sounded cooler that day and had zero idea what I was actually doing. It took me embarrassingly long to realize those are 2 completely different training philosophies. What I wish I knew is that the gym has its own language, and nobody hands you the dictionary on day 1. Half of looking like you know what you're doing is just not asking the one question that would prove you don't. I used to think heavier was always the answer. Turns out I was solving the wrong problem entirely. I found this out completely by accident, after a video told me to slow down and actually focus on form instead of just loading plates on. It changed how effective my sets felt almost immediately, which stung a little, honestly. I wish I knew this before I spent 2 weeks throwing weight around with sloppy form. Ego doesn't build muscle. It just makes the injury more impressive when it eventually happens. Your relationship with food and your body doesn't disappear just because your goals changed. I spent years afraid of gaining weight, back when losing it was the entire goal. Now that gaining weight is technically the point, that fear didn't just pack up and leave because the goal flipped. It just started showing up in different clothes. Like doing quiet panic cardio after stepping on the scale and seeing the number go up. What I wish I knew is that old patterns don't care that your goals changed. The goal can flip overnight. The fear underneath it never got the memo that fast. Supplements are not magic, and you won't feel a difference right away. I started taking creatine because a coworker recommended it, fully expecting some kind of instant transformation. I don't feel any different yet, but nobody warned me it might just take time before you notice anything at all. I wish I knew that supplements are the slowest, least dramatic part of this entire process. Turns out the powder was never the magic. Showing up again tomorrow was. So that's a month. But none of this is the highlight reel version of getting fit. But it's the actual month, unfiltered. And here's the thing nobody tells you when you start something like this. The arms were never really the point. I mean, they're a point. I do want bigger arms. But underneath that, what actually changed this month wasn't measured in inches. It was measured in showing up on the days I didn't want to. In noticing my own body instead of just moving through it on autopilot. Turns out the thing you're actually building whenever you start something hard was never really the muscle or the habit or the skill itself. It's the version of you who doesn't quit the second it stops being easy. And if my arms can survive a month of getting basically everything wrong and still show up, yours can too. I don't know exactly what the next couple of months look like yet. Probably more mistakes. Probably one I haven't even made yet that I'll end up filming an apology video about later. But I'm actually looking forward to it. Not because I think I'm going to get it right. Because I'm starting to realize getting it right was never really the assignment.